About the new guy in this world, you know? Who's next up on the totem pole? Who's the new Steve Jobs, you know? I wish we could say that's Signore, but it's not. But he is the newest member of Hot Carls, so that's what we're here to talk about today. Welcome to the league, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. You know, Hot Carl.
I don't really care. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
You know, a stand-up guy just trying to make it in the league. You know, I did my time in the leagues, and now it's time to step up to the big leagues, you know. Just Hot Carl's been going for a couple of years now. You guys really got it together in the league, and I like that. I feel I'm up for the challenge.
You're sitting at 6-0 right now. You're on top of the world. You're undefeated. Beginner's luck? Expert fantasy football knowledge?
Well, I mean, first off, you know, everybody in the league knows, you know, Joe Smith drafted the team. You know, everybody knows that. Everybody, you know, you take it how you want it. He drafted a good team. You know, there's certain players I had to move around a little bit. Quarterbacks don't really mean much, which, you know, my buddy Bratwish will back that up at any time.
Who's not your buddy, pal?
My roommate, you know, my acquaintance, Bratwish. He backed it up. Quarterbacks don't mean much. I feel like you could get away with having some subpar quarterback. I mean, look, I got Kyle Orton going, you know, Tannehill, the boys, whatever. When you have a solid squad, and like I said, Joe Smith, you know what? I have your back on that. But there's some things to be done. I feel like this isn't going to be the team at the end of the year right now.
I guess a follow-up question to that would be, you know, we talk about Hot Carl, we talk about fantasy football, we talk about the NFL, but what makes Hot Carl just the best league in the whole world, though?
Yeah.
What makes it that?
I mean, I just think you know what, everybody loves what they're doing. You know, everybody is confident in their team, and I think any fantasy football league, that's key, is they're confident in their team. Everybody thinks they can win. Anybody, you know, the competition is fierce in this league. Everybody, you know, is good at fantasy football in this league, and it's rare nowadays. Some leagues you get where just people just give up. You know, they get late in the game and they're 1-7, they're giving up, and you know, all of a sudden it's an automatic win you're facing them. Yep. Late in the playoffs, you know, the playoff race, you get a team that's 1-8, 1-7. I mean, more than that because we're along the road there, but you know, it's an automatic win, and I don't think anything's an automatic win in this league. I think it's all the competition's tough, and it's really going to test the waters on this.
People say Bratwich resembles Thad Castle. Why are they so wrong?
I don't agree. Next question.
I don't either. This is, you know, more football related than most questions have been so far, but who's the best team in the NFC North, and why is it the Packers?
You know what, a lot of teams, I get it, the Packers, the Bears are hurt right now, man. The Bears are one of those teams, they sneak into the playoffs, watch out. Your offense is deadly. I feel like you have an offense like them that can put up points. You know, Matt Forte, Matty Foreskin. He's going to get going. He's getting going. You put an offense like that in the playoffs, watch out. I don't necessarily agree that it's the Packers, but I get why people are saying that.
Question everybody wants to answer. Everyone asks. Everyone has been asked this question. Everyone's answered it except for you, Signore. Who would win in a fight, Sticks or Diesel?
Sticks or Diesel. Well, I mean, it's going to take about 10 to 13 business days to decide that, but
10 to 13 business days? I could order something. You're telling me I could order something off Amazon and get it delivered before you can answer that question?
We currently have a boxing ring, inflatable, delivering to the apartment. They said 10 to 13 business days. We just ordered it yesterday. So, you know, I'm going to believe them when they said that.
But talking about your boxing
regardless of the fight, Diesel or Bratwish, you know, Diesel any day.
Diesel any day.
You know, I just think that's
seems to be the common answer.
I don't really think that's a question, but you know, next question.
Okay. There's a couple things you have to be in Hot Carl. A couple things you have to accept. A couple things you have to be happy with. There's a couple big musts in Hot Carl, if you will, and those are acceptance of gays, and that Creed is relevant in society.
Okay.
The band Creed.
The band Creed. I'm going to disagree on both questions there. Gays, not a fan. it's a big political topic right now.
Now we're a right-wing fan.
And I honestly think a lot of people in the league, if not everybody, would agree on my statement on that. Not accepted in this league. It's not. We don't want none of that in here. The band Creed.
Being relevant in society.
And unless
people have called Scott Stapp,
Yeah.
the Freddie Mercury of our generation.
I don't agree. Unless they're making, the music video for our introduction, for Hot Carl's introduction, unless they're, the main key there. Not a fan.
Some people say you have oddly shaped hands. How would you respond to that?
The best people have oddly shaped figures, You look at Tim Cook, Apple, oddly shaped head.
Hands.
Well, I'm just saying oddly in general,
Body parts.
That's what my right hand does most of the movement on fantasy, most of the jerking off, switch hitter nowadays, but
most of us are.
I feel like the most successful people in society do odd things. You can't be normal nowadays. If you're normal, you're not going to be as successful as everybody else. The most successful human beings in society, they do odd things, whether it's an odd head, odd hands, hell.
A lot of people are referring to you as the next couple, the next person to be kicked out of the league.
I don't want that word associated with me at all.
How do you feel about couple?
I don't, fuck couple. First off, I don't.
Yeah, fuck couple.
I don't think anybody feels any different than me there. Everybody in the league feels the same way. We don't like that talk around here.
Okay.
That whole couple talk.
We're gonna reel it in a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna reel it in. Most important player on your roster. And why?
Most important player is, right now I have to say, I don't think anybody would say any different. DeMarco Murray, he's killing the league, But I think the running backs in general, that whole position is really locked down right now. But DeMarco Murray, he's MVP of the league right now. How can you say any different?
The $1 million question, everyone in Hot Carl is dying to know, Signore, dying to know. They would give their left nut to know. Who bought you those boots last Halloween?
Those boots last Halloween. Next question, I don't know what boots you're talking about.
How many fucking questions you guys get?
What boots you talking about? Oh, I can go back to that question. Hell, I'll answer it.
Okay.
Well,
hell.
Cut!
So, it's no secret that I no longer attend this great university.
It's a shame.
I'm not able to hang out with you guys all the time. And it saddens me. It does. I hear a lot. People talk. They tweet, Snapchat, text messages, Facebook.
Yeah.
I hear a lot about a better looking Signore. And I'm really curious because you're a good looking guy. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, I will say that. But I'm curious. Explain to me this better looking Signore.
There's a guy in France.
France?
Yes.
Like France?
Yes, a lot of people, some say he's better looking. My buddy Brett Wish, everybody knows Brett Wish here, he saw him on social media. You know what? I personally think he's a good-looking guy. They say he just looks just like me. Obviously he's a good-looking guy, but now what he does, I don't know. The picture he's got made in France. It's painted on his chest.
Super
I don't think I would pull that move.
Gay.
I don't think I'd pull that move. Seems like he likes to have a good time. That's
so
key
he's
with
very
me.
relatable to you then.
Yeah, he's relatable, but at the same time, I've had people say, the neighbors across the way said, "Oh, I think you're better looking." But you know what? He's a good-looking guy. If he looks like me, good-looking guy. I'm not gonna bash him because he looks just like me.
Yeah.
But what he does to have fun, I don't know if that relates at all. I feel like
really went
me
off
and my
that
boys
question.
here, I think this apartment right here, apartment 16, has a good time. I don't think.
So that must really
I don't think France,
this must really upset you because you just went off on kind of a tangent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big tangent there.
What's the best pickup you've made so far as an owner of the Shirtless Signores? Explain it. Explain it.
You don't mind if I smoke a cigarette?
I do, actually. We're not allowed to smoke in the studio. Okay.
You know what?
Blatant disregard. I like it.
The best pickup, snorting Kyle Orton. I mean, I think anybody in my situation would pick him up. You know what? Like I stated earlier, quarterbacks aren't a huge deal in fantasy football, especially if you have two. You know, Kyle Orton likes to have a good time. When you're having a good time, you're going to perform well. Mm-hmm. You know, I pick him up. He has 18 points. That's all you need out of a quarterback. I mean, just look at the guy. He's having a great time, and he's doing exactly what I'd be doing. You know, I'm a backup quarterback. I'm gonna have a good time. You know,
great neck beard.
Oh, when you have a neck beard, that's when you're getting the women. You know, like I said, he's having a good time. Anything that I would like to do, I mean, the guy likes to drink. He doesn't really care about anything else. He goes out there and he performs. He has a good time and he does well. So I mean, probably Kyle Orton.
Bold prediction. You know, if you had your perfect Final Four, who would be the champion?
Well, if I had to take my perfect Final Four, you know, me, DeRango, Jesse, and Amato. If I really had to pick a Final Four, you know, obviously I'd want myself.
You must think about that a lot. That sounded very rehearsed.
It's just something I usually go over day by day. I'm like, what's my final, you know, my perfect Final Four? You know, who am I going to be facing in the playoffs?
Naturally.
That's usually what goes through. This week, you know, I felt like that was my Final Four. If you know, what am I going to say? I'm not going to win it. I have to, you know, really back myself on this one. I'd feel like
who are you going to beat? Who are you going to beat in the championship?
You know, I really expect DeRango to be in there. He's
really sucking DeRango's dick right now.
Yeah, he loves.
He's terrible.
He loves making moves and just really hoping he's in there. He loves, like, he would love nothing more. It'd probably make his year if he was just in the championship, but I mean, it would suck because he would lose.
What Bretwich loves to do is talk about how much other people's teams suck.
Yes, I agree.
While he's borderline last place.
11 out of 12. I mean, you're almost there, you know.
Where does he get off?
You know, I think he's got to make himself feel good about something. He was sitting in last place for, you know, every week of the season except this, you know, this last week. He finally, you know, jumped to 11th place. I know. He finally jumped to 11th place, so now he's not last. So, you know, he doesn't like to take shit, but he likes to think he's making moves, and that he's gonna be there. And
he just talks bad shit about everyone when he's actually the worst.
He does, and I feel like that's why a lot of people want to see him come in last or not make the playoffs, because, you know, someone as arrogant as him would really cut. Oh, we're live. Hell.
Fuck it, we'll do it live, right? Okay. We talk a big game when it comes to winning. What's your close ratio?
My close ratio is probably 5 to 1. You know, it hasn't been good lately. It has been, but
wait, so for every one girl you talk to, you close 5? That is impressive, my man.
5 to 1.
1 to 5?
5 to 1. For every 5 girls I talk to, I pull in the whale. I reel them in, harpoon them, and get them down.
Reel it in, right?
They don't really have much of a choice. I kind of get them, you know.
They fight it?
Once I get them to the room, it's over.
Kind of sounds like rape to me.
Shut up.
Rape.
I pull in the whale.
Rape.
Why would you say that?
It's for the camera, you
that was
idiot.
Really great.
Come on, it's for the camera, man.
That was so great.
I'm out here trying to fucking pat myself on the back, trying to make a good show. Fuck.
I can't be you. That was the funniest shit in the world.
Have you ever been with a fatty?
No, I have not been with a fatty ever.
Now, real life, cameras off. Have you ever been with a fatty?
Never. I haven't ever been with a fatty.
Now, cameras off.
I thank God for that.
Cameras are off. Cell phones are off. Bretwich isn't here. Have you ever been with a fatty?
Never been with a fatty. I thank God for that.
You're very adamant about that.
Because that would be a tragedy, you know. You end up getting with a fatty. It's not good for your fucking...
You did say earlier, you basically referenced Brett as a fatty.
Jesus. Yeah, I did.
Hell.
Signore, really appreciate you taking the time to shut the fuck up. I really appreciate you taking the time to come out here and interview with me. And I know I got a little aggressive towards the end, but you know what?
You did.
Shit happens. A lot of questions that a lot of people wanted to know the answer to that now all of Hot Carl and the internet is aware of. So it's a good thing to go out and meet new people, and we still got to do Libs' interview as well because he's also new to the league, and it's just very important that everyone gets together. Scissors with each other, It's very important to scissor.
That's why I'm happy to be here. Like I said, Hot Carl, happy to be here always.
H&H, right?
I really
Hot Carl,
appreciate
happy
the
to be
opportunity. I'm in it for the long haul.
You're very lucky to be invited.
I'm ready for next year to get going to where I can really establish myself.
This year's not even over. Can we not talk about next year?
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, this year I inherited a team. People aren't happy about it. But when I win, I'm going to be slapping Bratwurst in the face with $100 bills, so it doesn't really matter.
If I may.
Okay.
I just want to thank you again for interviewing with me. I really appreciate it. I know I laid into you hard towards the end.
You got it.
Wouldn't be Hot Carl if I didn't bend you over and grab you by the love handles.
It's an intense league, and that's why I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much again. I appreciate it, and we'll be back here, follow up soon with Nick Liberatore and what he can do, what he wants to do with the league, and what questions, and fuck Koppel, I guess. I mean, that's literally all I have to say. So I don't have much else to say except for fuck Koppel. So it was really nice. My name is Nick Broz, owner of Bomb Ass Dank Ass, who's contrary to popular belief, is actually kind of struggling this year in the fantasy football league. So I'm gonna turn it around though. I will. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm probably going to beat Cody Carter because he's a douche, but I love him at the same time. So really appreciate this. I want to thank my camera crew. I want to thank Nick DeRango over there. He's got his hands up. You can't see him. I want to thank Mr. Bratwurst over there for being a douchebag. And I want to thank Signore over here for taking the time to sit down and interview with me. So really appreciate it. You guys have a great night, and roll birds.
Take off your shoes and suck me sexy. Baby, we're naked and we're humping sexy. Freak of the week, are you in the mood to fly to the stars with your jerky moon? When I say love me, you say sexy. Our zodiac signs are compatible. Ducking that ass from across the room. Your body says love me, your mind says sexy.